Okay, one of those wacky weathers today again. Raining in some parts and some parts it's not. It's actually really cold for some odd reason too. It almost feels like it's winter. I was able to fly the drone quickly though when it wasn't raining at times. But I guess in terms of flying in cold weather and stuff like that, lots of news about that NASA Mars helicopter, that Ingenuity, in terms of its blades and stuff. It says it's basically being tested, and they have like a quick clip of it. It says here, Ingenuity's blades are released. You can see very quickly again, it's starting up, just to see, I guess, if it works or not. It says NASA's Ingenuity helicopter unlocked its rotor blades, allowing them to spin freely on April 7, 2021. In terms of the speed, it says it moved its blade and spun to 50 RPM in preparation for the first flight. And the takeoff is slated for April 11th, with confirmation expected overnight into April 12th. And they show a ton of preparation videos and also, I guess, concept trailers of what they hope the flight will look like. And it's interesting reading the details about it. This one says, NASA's Mars helicopter to make first flight attempt Sunday. NASA's Ingenuity Mars helicopter is 2 days away from making humanity's first attempt at powered-controlled flight of an aircraft on another planet. If all proceeds as planned, the 4-pound rotorcraft is expected to take off from Mars Jezero crater Sunday, April 11th at 12:30 p.m. local Mars solar time. And it seems like the goal is really small at first. It says it's planning to hover 10 feet above the surface for up to 30 seconds. Mission control specialists at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Southern California expect to receive the first data from the first flight attempt the following morning at around 4:15 a.m. NASA TV will air live coverage of the team as they receive the data, with commentary beginning at 3:30 a.m. really early in the morning. While Ingenuity carries no science instruments, the little helicopter is already making its presence felt across the world as future leaders follow its progress towards an unprecedented first flight, said Thomas Zurbuchen, Associate Administrator for Science at NASA headquarters. We do tech demos like this to push the envelope of our experience and provide something on which the next missions and next generation can build. Just as Ingenuity was inspired by the Wright brothers, future explorers will take using both data and inspiration from this mission. Although it actually makes you wonder if that will hold true, because I know back then in terms of those Wright brothers and stuff, there was virtually like no restrictions or whatever. People could experiment with stuff flying and all that, whereas nowadays with things like drones, for example, it's really over the top. So it makes you wonder if that's actually a hindrance from people trying to innovate and all that and just experimenting, let's say, in their backyard. It should take us about 6 seconds to climb to our maximum height for this first flight. When we hit 10 feet, Ingenuity will go into a hover that should last, if all goes well, for about 30 seconds. And they end off here by saying, the Wright brothers only had a handful of eyewitnesses to their first flight, but the historic moment was thankfully captured in a great photograph, said Michael Watkins, director of JPL. Now, 117 years later, we are able to provide a wonderful opportunity to share the results of the first attempt at powered controlled flight on another world via our robotic photographers on Mars. So it'll be interesting to see how this all turns out. Hopefully this shows too just the importance of just people being able to do stuff for fun. For example, like a drone, if they can fly it in their backyards, experiment. I would imagine that leads to stuff like this in terms of innovations. And in terms of drones, there was this update from the FCC today. It seems like DJI registered a new drone of sorts, and this one here is the Agras T30. So it's not a consumer drone, but by the looks of it, this is meant more for things like farm fields and all that, spraying, so more industrial-like. There wasn't too much details overall. You can just see things like the label and all that, where it's going to be placed. Although funny enough, in seeing where you place it, this item almost looks like a furniture as opposed to an actual drone, so to speak, like when it's all folded up like that. But even for their other models, for example, it says here it's an octocopter designed for precision variable rate application of liquid pesticides, fertilizers, and herbicides, bringing new levels of efficiency and manageability to agriculture. So not for cinematography and stuff like that, obviously. Who knows if there will be more drones announced. I know there will be that new Air 2S coming out soon. I know a lot of people are looking for a bigger drone for cinematography and all that. I don't think this is their idea of bigger drone in terms of the ones they're waiting for. Alright, see you guys later.